this video, we are going to see plus 2 zoology and biozoology second lesson 1 mark questions review. Male sex hormone testosterone is secreted from. There are 4 options given. Vast difference, epididymis, Leydig cells, prostate gland. Structure of male reproductive system. In this vast difference, here this body is called vast difference, which helps to transmit the spermatozoa, and then epididymis, here a coiled tubes on the testis called epididymis, which helps to store sperm temporarily, and some maturation, that is physiological ripening of sperms happens here. And prostate glands, the glands found here, see the glands founded here is called prostate glands, which secrete slightly acidic fluid and also several enzymes, some enzymes. And these testes, these testes are made up of fine coiled tubes called seminiferous tubules. That seminiferous tubules contains Leydig cells that secretes male sex hormone called testosterone. So here answer Leydig cell. The options are non-occurrence of menstrual period is called menarche, conatarche, menopause, amenorrhea. Here menarche, the first appearance of menstruation in woman's life is called menarche. Process of menstrual cycles goes to end, that is called menopause. Conatarche, amenorrhea, that is okay, a complete absence of menstrual cycle is called amenorrhea. So here correct answer is amenorrhea. The uterus layers which slough off in every menstrual cycle. Generally, our uterus is made up of 3 layers called endometrium, myometrium, perimetrium. In this, outermost layer called myometrium, innermost layer called endometrium, and middle layer called myometrium. The functions of the myometrium. So what is the function? It helps to create muscle contractions at the time of birth, at the time of childbirth. And then here the innermost layer called endometrium. Generally, we classified the menstrual cycle into 3 stages based on the changes happen or takes place in the endometrium, that is destructions and or formations. So here answer is endometrium. Spermatogenesis takes an average. So spermatogenesis means formation of the sperm. Spermatogenesis process. In this, a single spermatogonia or sperm mosaicles undergoes mitotic and meiotic divisions to form 4 sperm. So this process called spermatogenesis. This process needs or occur 64 days. So here answer 64 days. The nutritive cells found in the seminiferous tubules are Leydig cells, Sertoli cells, arteritic follicular cells, chromaffin cells. Chromaffin cells exist in the adrenal gland. There are 2 cells here. There are 2 cells only exist in the seminiferous tubules are Leydig cells and Sertoli cells. The Leydig cells, which helps to secrete hormone, already I told, called testosterone hormone, and Sertoli cells. The Sertoli cells is the only cells which brings nutrition to the developing spermatozoa. So here correct answer is Sertoli cell. Placenta in human being is formed by, generally there are 4 embryonic layers around an embryo: amnion, chorion, allodyes, and yolk sac. Here there are 3 layers given. Diagram: an embryo covered by 3 embryonic membranes. In this, innermost layer called amnion and outermost layer called chorions. Placenta is formed between the tissue of chorion and then uterus. So here answer chorion. The secondary oocyte is in arrested stage and does not undergo secondary meiotic division until in this oogonia or egg mother cells undergoes meiotic divisions to form primary oocyte. This primary oocytes involve meiotic division 1 to form secondary oocyte. These secondary oocytes now inactivate conditions. After ovulation, the secondary oocytes discharge into the fallopian tubes. When the sperms enter into it, now the secondary oocytes undergo meiotic division 2 to form mature ovum. So here answer is a sperm enter into it. Implantation of zygote takes place at which of the following embryonic stage? There are four embryonic stages given: gastrula, morula, blastula, and single celled. So what is single celled? A sperm fused with egg to form zygote. Now that zygote is called single celled. After that, the zygotes undergoes several mitotic division to form masses of cell called morula. Later, morula forms blastula. Blastula later form gastrula. So, out of these four, in which stage zygotes get attached to the endometrium? Here, blastula is the stage. So, here blastula is the correct answer. Gastrula is the embryonic stage in which. So, what are the changes? What is the changes happen in the gastrula? During the gastrulation, blastomeres, some of the blastomeres goes up and down. In this ways, it arranges itself to form three layers, that is ectoderm, endoderm, mesoderm. So here, germinal layer form is the correct answer. Ectopic pregnancy is generally the process of fertilization happen in the ampulla of the fallopian tubes. The fertilized eggs roll into the fallopian tubes and get attached to the endometrium. But in certain cases, the fertilized eggs fails to reach endometrium and starts development in the fallopian tubes. So here, fetus growing half in the fallopian tubes and half in the uterus is the correct answer. A reaction of granular content which harden the zona pellucida and ensure slow block to polyspermy is. So, time of sperm penetration, the agrosome membrane of the sperms bursts and releases content on the egg membranes. That contains the content mainly is made up of hydrolysis, which helps to lysis an egg membranes. So this process called acrosomal reactions. So here answer is not acrosomal reaction. So here see this cortical granules. When the sperms successfully entered into the eggs, immediately the cortical granules goes up and form a tough membranes around an egg. This membrane called fertilization membranes, which helps to prevent further entry of the spermatozoa, which helps to avoid polyspermy. So here cortical reaction is the correct answer. The extraembryonic membrane of the mammalian embryo are derived from. Trophoblast is the correct answer. The middle piece of the sperms contains, generally, sperm consists of three regions: head, and the middle piece, and tail. The head regions mainly contains a nucleus and also acrosome, and a middle piece mainly contains mitochondria, which brings ATP to the spermatozoa, and then the final part is tail. So here answer is mitochondria. After ovulation, graphene follicles regresses into. After release of ovum from the ovary, the emptied follicles now converted into temporary endocrine gland called corpus luteum. It is a temporary endocrine gland which secrete hormone called progesterone, which is essential for maintaining pregnancy. After that, corpus luteum converted into a scale-like tissue called corpus albicans. Here, correct answer is corpus luteum. In human adult female, oxytocin. So, what is the function of oxytocin? The oxytocin create a strong uterine contraction during parturitions. That is the correct answer. Which extraembryonic membranes in human prevent desiccations of the embryo inside of the uterus? I told already. An embryo surrounded by four layers. After this, innermost layer is called amnion, which contains fluid called amniotic fluid. That fluid helps to prevent desiccation of the embryo. And the next one is fetal ejection reflux in human female is induced by. Which one of the factors induces fetal ejection reflex. Fetal ejection reflex in human females is induced by release of oxytocin from pituitary. We know very well the oxytocin is released from the posterior pituitary, and then third one is differentiation of mammary gland. That is not correct. Pressure exit by the amniotic fluid. That is also not correct. Some cases the fluid contents may goes down, and then second one is fully developed fetus and placenta. Yes, the fully developed fetus creates some stimuluses. That stimuluses make or create fetal ejection reflex. How many sperms are formed from a secondary spermatocyte? Generally, the process of spermatogenesis produces four sperm or spermatozoa. But this sperm mother cells undergoes matrix divisions. It forms primary spermatocyte. This primary spermatocyte undergoes meiotic division 1 to form secondary spermatocyte. These secondary spermatocytes undergoes meiotic division 2 form 4 spermatozoa. Here question is how many sperms produced from a secondary spermatocyte. See this, a single spermatocyte produces two spermatozoa. So here answer is 2. Are produced during the formation of. There are four options given: spermatocyst, sperm, ova, and spermatid. Spermatocyst, sperm, and spermatid, these three are under the spermatogenesis process. Remaining one is ova. Yes, ova is the correct answer. During the oogenesis, as a result of first meiotic divisions, it produces two unequal cells. One cells have more amount of cytoplasm, another one have less amount of cytoplasm. The cells have less number of cytoplasm is called polar bodies. The next question: fetus gets nourishments and oxygen through. There are four options given: allantois, yolk sac, placenta, and chorion. Allantois. What is the function of allantois? Generally, it do excretion function. Yolk sac, it stored food material, and chorion, it is outermost layer of the embryo. Here placenta is the correct answer. It is formed by the fusion of chorion and tissue of the uterus. So baby get food and also oxygen only through the placenta. Failure of descent of testes in scrotal sac is called. There are four options given: vasectomy, cryptorchidism, tubectomy, impotency. Vasectomy and tubectomy, these are under the family planning techniques. And impotency, it is a term which denote a male fails to produce fertile sperm, that is called impotency. And cryptorchidism is the correct answer. In this, testis fails to descend into the scrotal sac. As a result of this, the scrotal sacs can't produce sperm. Next one is the mammalian corpus luteum produces. There are four options: estrogen, progesterone, lutein hormones, luteinase hormone. After ovulation, the emptied graphene follicle is called corpus luteum. The corpus luteum secrete an essential hormone that is called progesterone, which helps to maintain pregnancy. So here progesterone is the correct answer. Cessation of menstrual cycle in a woman is called. At the age of 45 to 50, a woman fails to produce egg more. That condition called menopause. So here answer is menopause. Which of the following cells provide nutrition to the sperms? Here there are four options given: Leydig cells, granulosa cells, primary germ cells, Sertoli cells. Leydig cells and Sertoli cells are exist in the seminiferous tubules. Out of these two, Sertoli cells provide nutrition to the developing spermatozoa. So here Sertoli cells is correct answer.